Hey everyone, I am Rachel, the CEO and founder of Woken, and we are a career coaching company. So today, this video is going to walk you through a self-reflection exercise where we go through 3 sections, and I'll give you some prompts. So feel free to pause the video when you need to write, or I'll just give you about 20 seconds each time to think, and feel free to just write. You don't need to write full sentences, just key thoughts that come to your mind. But essentially, we're going to try to walk you through how to figure out what you really want to do with your career and some key questions to get those wheels turning. So grab a piece of paper and a pen. And the first section is what I like to call function, which is all about the day-to-day, the activities, your affinities, what you do well, what you're natural at, things like that. So that's the purpose of that first section. So I'm going to give you the first prompt, which is think of a few experiences that you've really enjoyed doing, or maybe you chose to take those things on. Maybe you proposed an idea, or even if it was tasked of you, you really enjoyed it. And it could be projects within work or outside of work, but really think about however many years passed, what are some of those experiences that you enjoyed the most that come top of mind to you? And just start jotting down a few keywords that reminds you of what that experience was. You don't have to write the whole essay or anything or what you were doing, but just remembering which examples feel top of mind. So then you want to pick the top one. Which one is most interesting, or which did you enjoy the most? So just pick one for now. And you want to start to flesh out the verbs or the activities of what you were doing in that experience. So say you were doing a consulting project, maybe you had to do the market research, and then you had to analyze some data, and then you had to synthesize it and present it. I just made that up, but what are the key components? What were the steps? What were the sub steps to that experience if you had to break it down? Start listing those out. Now, when you have that list, add more activities to it. So start just zooming out, and instead of looking at that list just for that experience, think of it just like a list of things I like doing, and just see what else you want to continue adding to it. If someone were to ask you to do a project today, what would it be? So picture you're in a fictional job, a fictional company, no name, white space. What should someone ask you to do? What would you want them to ask you to work on? Think of times that you've helped others or what others come to you for help with, and what do you enjoy helping others with? Okay, let's go to section number 2. So section number 2 is what I call content. The difference between function is that it's the day-to-day affinities or activities or skills, whereas section 2 is the content or the nature of the work. So for example, if you're doing training, what are you training on? If you're selling, what are you selling? If you're, teaching, what are you teaching? It's the separation between the activities and then the nature and the content of it, right? So I want you to start by thinking about topics that you like to read about, topics you like to listen to. Could be on the news, could be podcasts, could be any accounts that you follow on socials or anything you like to read about. What are those topics that you really pay attention to? And what are the problems in the world that you feel need solving? And there's so many of them, but which are the ones you really get the most fired up about? The ones you care about the most, where you'd love to see some innovation happen? What are the problems in the world that you feel need solving? What topics do you love learning about, thinking about, or talking about? Which companies, products, or services do you rave about or find impactful, innovative, or interesting? Companies, products, or services that you really like. Maybe you've used it, maybe you want to try it, something you think is impactful, innovative, or interesting. Products and services. Okay. And this also could relate to populations you want to serve, right? It's sort of who do you want to help, how, and why, right? That's the ultimate mission of an industry is who are we serving, how are we doing it, why are we doing it, right? Section number 3 is the work environment. So do you want sort of a small, medium, or large company? And you could get more specific in terms of number of people or anything that shares the size and the stage of an organization, or the range of, how small to how big. What size do you think you thrive in? And what pace? So fast pace, medium pace, slow pace, what should it feel like with the speed of how things are working? Do you want to travel? Do you want to be remote, hybrid, in person? And of course, the traits of the people that you want to work with. So that personality, the values, the culture, and just close your eyes and picture what does that work environment look and feel like? And what is on your list of, what should this company have or embody, and yeah, what does that work environment need to have for you to thrive? I hope this was helpful. This was just a super quick way to get the wheels turning. Of course, there's a lot more questions where that came from. We have a long assessment. If you'd like to do more of this, check out our website and we'd be happy to help further. But this is just a great way to get those wheels turning on what you think you enjoy doing and what feels aligned with you work-wise. So check out more at iamwoken.com.